G'day guys and welcome back to Doctor Who. This is season 2, episode 4. Man, last episode was so damn good. We had the well on midnight. Very, very well done episode. Very great monster that I hope that comes back at some point. So far yet unnamed entity as well has escaped midnight, is on board a ship, and is probably everyone that's there dead. Don't know who those people work for. Don't know who. What was her name again? Shia Castellian and her crew actually work for. I'm assuming Villain Guard, as is the case these days with everybody. Could be wrong. Could be someone else. I mean, we didn't actually know. They weren't part of the actual story. But yes, very good. I have since watched that season 4 episode titled Midnight. A bit confused about its abilities and the abilities it showed here, but I think they did point out that it likes to play games and its ability switches up. Especially towards the end there, like we were trained to, I mean, they've told us early on in the episode that the person that kills the person it's attached to will then have the monster attached to them once they've killed the person. So that's what it was supposed to do the whole episode. We were told that's what it did, and then at the end it switched things up, went to someone else, and this Shia jumped down the well for no reason there. So very fun. Before we get to this episode though, I just want to read out some comments that I got from the last episode, and we'll start with Neorl07, Neorl. I'm not sure about that one, but it says Miss Flood in this episode again. Yeah, at the end there. I'm assuming she's going to be showing up practically every episode. I just hope that it is kind of like last episode and it kind of furthers her plot along a little. Although, you know, it is worth noting that, what was it, episode 2 with Lux? You know, she pointed people out to the crowd. She pointed the TARDIS out to people in the crowd is what I meant to say. My brain didn't catch up to my mouth there, but yeah, she pointed the TARDIS out to the crowd. It's something worth noting. There could be something there of being people being called attention to the TARDIS. Could be nothing, could be reading into it, but there is something there. But last episode definitely helped the plot along a little by being happy about the Vindicators being in action. But yeah, I assume she's going to be showing up. I just hope it's actually worth noting, you know, instead of her just talking to the camera for no reason. So thank you for that one. We'll move on to Jim the Fish. Cool name. It says 3 people went up on the lift, but the screen showed 4 life signs. Yes. I did see that screen. I mean, they kind of zeroed in on it at some point. They showed 4 people, but the first time I watched the episode, I actually thought they were talking about the people in the room that the Doctor and Belinda and the other 2 were in, and not the lift. And then the second time I was like, well, yeah, the 4 people in the lift makes sense if that entity was there. That's 4 life signs. Still don't know what happened on that lift either. I assume they're dead, maybe. Because we didn't actually see them after the big bang went off and everyone hit the deck, and then we had to shoot Belinda and above the heart there. Because even after the big bang, it still showed 4 life signs on the thing. Which is still confusing. Maybe they were off the lift, I don't know, but it still showed 4 people. That hadn't changed the whole end of that episode. Still don't know. I assume that those 3 died. maybe they made it on board the ship. We just didn't get to see them. Something happened. Big Bang went off, and then the ending happened there. But yeah, you're right. It does make sense if it was reading that entity as a life sign. Um, but I am a bit confused as to like what happened because the entity wasn't actually attached to anyone at that time either. Because we ran from it, right? We saw it physically, kind of. The doctor saw it more than we did, hopefully. But it was attached to no one. 3 people went up on the lift, showed 4 life signs. There was a big bang, and then it was attached to Belinda, I think. We think. I mean, we heard the whispering with her, so I assume it was. And then after that, it went to, what's her name? I don't think I wrote her name down. She went on board the ship there. Yeah, a bit confusing. It's probably worth watching it a couple more times just to really understand what really happened there, which I probably will do at some point. But thank you for pointing that out, though. Jim the Fish. All right, we'll move on to Ian Stouffer. Says Alice / entity spent all the episode inside of a circle. Others could enter the circle, but they never stepped out. It took the reflection in the mercury to force Alice out of the circle. Not perfect, but a nice nod to Wild Blue Yonder. A fantastic bottle situation for Rose to act in. Yeah, they had a couple of top-down shots. She was in like a watch face, if you look at the yellow markings on there. It was a circular room, but she was in a watch face. And it did, but I think their plan kind of worked. It yeeted itself. You know what I mean? Like that was the whole point of the mercury. Detached itself from Alice. Because like I just said, it wasn't attached to Alice after that. I don't think. Like I said, probably worth watching a couple times to really understand what happened there, but I don't think it was attached to Alice, and it was one of those things where it only ever attacked someone. Like it only seemed to yeet someone if someone was standing directly behind her, Alice, but then someone was standing directly in front of her as well. So you could have stood behind her if no one was in front of her at all, and I don't think anything would have happened unless it chose to yeet that person anyway. Like I said, doesn't seem to have any particular rules it plays by. It just likes playing games. So you think it could be doing one thing, but then it does another. So who the hell knows? I honestly don't remember Wild Blue Yonder all that much, so I'm not too sure on what you're talking about with circles. Yeah, I have to ponder that one. I have to probably rewatch Wild Blue Yonder to understand that, but yeah. Others could enter the circle, but they never stepped out. I don't think it had much to do with a circle. It was literally just, it didn't like people standing behind it for some reason. I don't know. It just, like I said, played games, yeeted people. Who knows why it does what it does, man? We don't know anything about it. We just know it survived on an uninhabitable planet, and now it's up in space somewhere. So, who knows? But thank you for that comment. And thank you for the response to last video as well, people. I was blown away by it. We had 2,250 views as of 5 minutes ago, and 52 likes. So it's very much up there with one of my most liked videos, which is fantastic news for me. But thank you all very much for that response. Like I said, didn't expect it. Appreciate all the love and support. Now, keep the comments coming, guys. I want to hear your theories, your comments, questions, if I can answer them. But yes, What do you guys think, Mrs. Flood? What do you think her involvement is? I mean, we kind of asked the same question last season. We had no answers. So I'm hoping things get answers, but I want to hear people's theories about what it pertains to May 24th, I want to say. 2025, and the world going kablooey. And who do you think the big bad is for this season, too? Is it Miss Flood? Is it somebody else that we have yet to not see? Like, this is only episode 4. I assume there's 8 to 10 episodes this season. I'm not really sure, but let me know what your theories are on who the bad guy is for this season. Because, last season we had no idea it was Sutek right up until, like, the very end. So it could be someone we won't find out until then either. Could be Alan again, that prick. I mean, we kind of dealt with him in that first episode, but because I think timelines kind of changed a little, maybe. Could be them, so. Who knows, man? It's all timey-wimey crap. Anything could happen. Now, let's get to episode 4, shall we? And full length starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. New Year's. Some kind of British celebration. Vindicator.
Okay.
New Year's Eve.
Definitely Earth. Definitely London.
Yeah. Even I saw the big whale and I'm like, yep.
Working it out, Belle. Look, I have found 50.
That's lucky.
Try and focus, please. We need to get home. Oh, hello.
What is your name?
Conrad. What year is this? Please say it's 2025. 2024? Does the year start with a 20?
It's 2007.
Vindication!
All those hopes and possibilities, huh?
Who's this random kid? The 50p?
This is meant for you.
Why?
Because it is your lucky day.
Mum! Mum! Come and see! There's a box! A blue box! That came out of nowhere! With a doctor and a Belinda Chandra!
How many times, Conrad? Enough with the lies.
It's not a lie! Look!
You're spoiling my night.
What the hell, you stupid bitch.
I was 8 years old when I first saw that police box.
Oh, okay. Time travel.
Interviewed eyewitnesses right across the globe.
But this week, I found someone who knows its secrets. In fact,
Is it Miss Flood?
she's even been inside it.
No?
I'm gonna ask her to introduce herself.
Ruby! What? Yeah, I mean, I could act surprised, but I don't have the energy. We got spoiled on that last week, because Disney Plus has a habit with this show to jump, like, into next episode straight away before you have a chance to hit pause. So that was fun. I knew she was going to be in it. But it's good to see Ruby back.
2007 was the first time I saw that blue box. But fast forward 17 years, and it happened again. Last year.
9, 10, 11.
Only this time, things got crazier.
Is this going to be like that season 2 episode with that one dude? And that fat guy that was like absorbing people, and we ended the episode with that chick having her face coming out of a cement square. That was random. Hopefully it's not the same thing. They wouldn't race Ruby like that, would they? There's plastic people around. Whose heartbeat? Is that his heartbeat? Did he get scratched? Or is it just disgusting? It's like a demon dog of some kind. What the f... I swear, if these mannequins come to life again. What the f...
Don't worry. It's more like vomit. The
Huh.
pheromone gets absorbed into your blood and marks you as future prey.
Wait, what?
Cool, right?
That's nasty.
Neutralizes the pheromone.
Oh, do I drink it?
Tastes like candy floss.
It does not taste like candy floss.
But at least you can't get tracked by the shriek anymore.
Yeah, but anyone else can track me. This green still stings.
You are wicked.
Well, sorry, buddy.
That antidote is gonna knock you out for about 8 hours.
Yeah, I could do the rest, because life with you is mad. I mean, half an hour ago we were hanging out with the Beatles.
Ah, so this was like between... When was the Beatles? That was episode 2 of last season? Who are you sending that to?
For a whole year. So the last.
That's not weird.
So how did you end up in that shop last year with this doctor and his police box? Because I am such a fan. I mean, who is
Unit.
he?
Look, I can't go into specifics.
But I mean, this is interesting. The public are learning about the doctor and the police box.
But some trolls online say Unit, all this talk of monsters, is just a cover story for something else.
Well,
Aliens. They don't want to know the truth.
the people at Unit are amazing, doing good work, keeping us safe.
That day I first saw you.
Yeah, but this is the footage from last night. So it came back to the same location 1 year later.
Looking for Conrad.
A year ago, it marked its prey. It'd wait till night. First thing you'd notice is the lights. The shriek's background radiation messes with electricity.
But the hair.
Then it'd show itself. Just enough to get your heart racing. It'd have you trapped.
What is happening? Is this just someone's imagination?
Once you scared and running, pumping with a
Is he hallucinating this? What the f...
because it likes the taste.
Huh. Okay.
Ah, then.
Hold on. I promised Louise a photo.
I'm glad we're seeing her again.
Be excited.
Is the grandmother there? She's still wanting some tea?
Conrad Clark. I wonder if him on the Instagram.
Brian, he's nice and he's normal and it's no big deal, okay?
Clark with no E. And if you scroll down, he's got his shirt off.
Ooh.
Pretend you haven't looked.
The TARDIS.
TARDIS.
Oh, it's the most incredible thing you'll ever see in your entire life. And I've seen incredible things, but stuff I never really get to talk about, so sometimes I feel like I'm about to explode.
Oh, please don't. I'm enjoying this.
Do you really want to give him too much information? No.
You know, I've...
Lights flickering. On the car, anyway. Could just be the car.
I have been to English villages. I got looks.
I don't think Conrad's friends are like that, Gran.
She just watched The Wicker Man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
What you having, Ghost?
Hiya, yeah, just the same again, please. Not again. This happened.
Ruh-roh. Did he drink the, did he not drink the antidote?
There's no quantum echo at that location. Hang on, I'll check the national grid.
Sorry. Hey, I didn't even mean to bother you. I was after Mel.
Oh, no bother. Always got time for you. Mel's on her way to Sydney. There's something strange happening in the harbour.
Sydney Harbour, eh?
I like working late.
Hey.
If you're still worried, I can have a team there in 30 minutes.
No, it's okay.
Ruby, we've got the shriek locked away.
Double check.
Just checking you're still with us. Hello?
Definitely still there. There's more than one shriek. That would make sense.
And it's just like, every day it's like fight or flight, and I'm just waiting for something to go wrong.
Nothing's going wrong while I'm here, right?
You don't see this sign of companions. Not that there are many left to talk about things.
What the hell was that? The door! The door! There's something out there, like the devil himself. All teeth. This guy got the fright of his life.
At first I thought that was going to be Miss Flood walking through the door, but it wasn't.
Oh my god. There's another one.
Now there are two of them.
Sparky's not there.
So where is he?
I don't know.
Is he one of those monster things?
I didn't take the antidote.
You fuck.
Get back inside.
You know what? I think it's actually better he's out here. You don't want those things coming into the bar with everybody there. Sparky's hat. Torn to shreds. His shoe, I'm guessing.
This is all because of me.
Is he dead or is he one of those monster things?
Okay, there's two of them at least.
They've got my friend.
I want the Shriek alive. We need to understand how they got here.
Quantum ghosting's at zero. None of this makes sense.
Just give me that.
They didn't go quantum.
Prepare to fire!
Wait a minute. They're not Shriek.
The costume. Fuck hell. Costumed fucks.
How we do, boss?
Boss.
Nailed it.
Are you fucking kidding me? A think tank.
Conrad,
What?
what are they talking about?
They got unit in action.
A think tank. Exposing the lies perpetuated by UNIT. By you.
What lies?
And we're live streaming, so don't get trigger happy.
That phone down.
Or what? Gonna arrest me, hey? This is censorship.
Touch us and we'll sue. We will bankrupt you.
You made a very big, very dangerous mistake tonight, Conrad.
You don't even remember me, do you? The only monsters out here are UNIT.
Why?
Lying to the public. Spending our money. Hiding in your tower and doing what? Huh?
Clearly hunting monsters, dude. What did you prove?
If you want evidence, I've got plenty of it. So
This
you can.
one's collecting benefits, stealing our taxes while she lies to us.
Wow.
Arrest them.
Right, let's go. Move them out. Don't touch me. They're spying on us and lying about it.
I don't know what that guy just proved, but okay.
Fascism on the streets of Britain tonight. An innocent podcaster
Fuck off.
after a harmless stunt in British village.
A harmless stunt. Yeah. I don't know what's going on anymore.
So let's turn the tables. It's time to act.
Public against unit, eh? And because unit doesn't exist anymore, the planet gets destroyed? Is that where we're going with this? Yep, just wait for the next alien invasion.
What if your tech goes public?
Yeah, imagine what happens when a dictator gets access to a time window or transduction drive. Our
Yeah.
technology would tear the world apart.
Maybe that's exactly what happened. This fuck.
Well, where is he now?
Attention all units, does anyone have eyes on Jordan Lang? All units, locate Jordan Lang.
Looks like he was just stunned, so that's good.
Ground staff report shots fired. Someone's in the lift.
I need you to authorize a deadlock seal off this level immediately.
What is his plan exactly? I don't know what his plan is.
I'm just defending myself.
Drop it now. I don't take orders from traitors.
And that's what you are. All of you.
Conrad, this has to stop.
Go play with your imaginary goblins. I'm exposing the
He just hasn't seen the evidence.
This isn't about cause, it's grandstanding and ego. You're a lying little boy that can't bear to be called out.
Don't you dare point a gun at her! You were right, Conrad. I didn't remember you, so I checked my notes from that interview 8 years ago, and do you know what I wrote?
I'm throwing a compliment.
The 3 words that summed you up.
Oh, back to school. Back to school.
Don't trust him.
I think you're so superior. Up in your tower, looking down on us.
Keeping you safe.
I want a confession. Come on, Commander-in-Chief. Admit. Or are you a coward, like your father was?
You should be very careful what you say about my father.
Yeah.
His only legacy was a pack of lies.
He was 100 times the man you are. And that gun is unit issue, so where's Jordan Lang?
Who? He's been shot. Ground team are rushing him to the infirmary.
That was live stream too.
Someone to get in here.
It's nothing to do with me.
A man's life is hanging in the balance, and you're not even sorry.
Maybe you shot him.
Didn't... What?
He was an actor. Or he never existed. So come on. Confess.
Is that alien box prison still out there?
Where is the doctor and his box of tricks?
Oh, you're so lucky he's not here.
She's telling the truth. And actually, I'm glad he's not here, because he would have stopped me.
From what?
From showing you
Unleashing
and
the
your
beast.
followers what we're protecting them from.
Fucking A. Damn, Kate.
It's coming, Conrad, and it's after you.
You're bluffing.
It can feel your heartbeat, smell the blood in your veins.
Although, should she be using a shriek? Shouldn't she be using something else? Because people have already seen the costume ones, right?
Ops room compromised.
It's in defense space.
Evacuate. Evacuate.
See you, Blinks.
Where's it gone?
How do I get out? Tell me how to get out! You
Jump off the deck.
We've got to get him out.
Fuck, I love Kate. It's just cold-blooded, man. Man, wearing headphones, man, with that heartbeat just constantly in the background there. Wow.
shoot it! Help me!
It's not real, right, bro?
Please stop it!
You told us it's not real.
Kate, do something.
What's behind your mask, Conrad?
Uh,
An angry little man who put the safety of this country at risk
just the world in general, not just the country.
for personal gain, for a lie.
He's also saying this under duress, too. I mean... Damn, that's freaky.
At least your special effects are improving.
Damn! Look, his arm clean off, I think.
I see it now. I've just been stuck in limbo. Waiting for the doctor.
Is she gonna join UNIT? That's what Martha did.
When you're ready, if you're ready to talk, you call me.
Okay. Now what the hell's going on in Sydney Harbour? Isn't that just a cherry on top?
You have to be
be special. But you're special for all the wrong reasons.
Is this really happening?
Cowards like you, weaponizing lies, taking people's insecurity and fear and making it currency. You are exhausting. You stamp on the truth, choke our bandwidth, and shred our patience. Because the only...
This doesn't sound like the Doctor, does it?
I'll tell you your future. You die in a prison cell, boiling in anger and poison, until your heart packs in age 49, alone and unloved, forgotten. The world carries on, the world gets better. You aren't even a footnote, just ashes on the wind.
Cold, but a sweet line.
Accept your reality. Doctor, I reject it. So put me back in my prison and get off my world.
This Miss Flood. Yep.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm the governor.
Governor.
And it's your lucky day.
Lagos, Nigeria.
I didn't expect
They did it again. Son of a bitch. Straight into what's next. Okay. Who the fuck is Conrad? I feel like we've heard that name before. I'm just going to give it a quick Google search. Because Conrad sounds familiar, but I could be thinking about something else entirely. But I think Conrad is going to be the big bad for this season. There's no spoilers. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of confused by this episode, to be honest. I mean, there's nothing on Conrad. I must have been thinking about something else. Apparently the Shriek was played by Gethin Alderman. Don't know who that is. Yeah, I mean, do we think Conrad's going to be the big bad this season? Because it's really kind of setting up. He's got those villain vibes. And it looks like the governor, Miss Flood, has released him. Or at least let him escape. I was kind of confused by what this guy was doing going into unit towards the end there. I suppose he wanted to expose more truths and stuff like that. That's kind of what he said, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this episode in general. He started out good. He didn't drink, he didn't drink the Kool-Aid, the antidote, because he didn't think it was real. But yeah, man, like, I don't know. He saw the TARDIS when he was 8 years old. It appeared out of nowhere. And then he grew up thinking that it was just special effects and that unit was just lying about all the aliens and shit. How many people have died since all this shit started happening? You know what I mean? But it's a good question of like, we knew that this was probably a possibility since episode 1. Of like, you got all these weird alien things happening. Do you think it's real? How many people actually think it's like real? Or, are people shooting a movie? Is it fake and it's just some weird government conspiracy like Conrad thought? So it's always been a question that's been on my mind too. Is like, how many people actually believe this stuff? And clearly there's a lot of people that don't. I mean, that dude had, was it 80,000 subscribers, people listening. I don't know if people believed him or not, but they were still listening in. Yeah, and I will point out that before we realized those two things were fake in that little village, I did say Sparky was probably one of the monsters. Just turns out he was a fake monster. So I'll just point out that I was close. I was on the money. Mm. And it's also worth pointing out too that like when he first saw the Shriek and he was with he was kind of hiding out. I think he said it was like a year ago or something like that. He saw Ruby and the doctor with the Shriek. He got that green stuff, that vomit stuff on him. We heard the heartbeats there. But then in the village, when the two fake ones were there, there was no heartbeats at all. And then when the Shriek was there at the end, we heard heartbeats there too. So something I didn't even pick up until that second time we heard the heartbeats at the end. Didn't even think about it really. So maybe if I was actually paying closer attention, I probably would have figured it out before that. But yeah, always good to see Kate. Always good to see the team at Unit. Kate was cold-blooded this episode. Damn. I mean, I even brought it up too. Like, I would have been right there with her. It's just like that. You had the Shriek containment cell on the helipad. It was like you just unleash it. But again, if that thing didn't bite his arm off, I assume that's kind of what it did. It's like I said during the reaction. It's like they've already live streamed the fake ones, right? You could have used a different alien. He wanted to see proof. You could have taken him down to the containment basement that you got set up and be like, yo, this is all the shit we got. Have fun with that one. Something like that. No real doctor this episode. We had him at the end there being very kind of undoctor-like, just being angry and cold and just wanted to hate this dude. But I think it's just to help set up the villain for this thing, or who Conrad turns into. Because we haven't even had the Master, have we? Yet. I was like, I don't think Conrad's that, but it's just something I just kind of remembered just there. Because the Master was trapped in the toy maker's like gold tooth, but then someone picked up that gold tooth and we haven't heard about it since. So I'm wondering if it's going to show up this season. I wonder if it's got any kind of connection to Miss Flood or Conrad, whoever the Conrad is. Yeah, I don't have much else to talk about, really. It was just good to see Ruby and her dealing with her PTSD, the aftermath of being the Doctor's companion and seeing and experiencing all the things that she's seen and experienced. And, what she does next. Because, I mean, Martha, after she was done with the Doctor, she kind of joined the unit. I mean, Rose is in another dimension. Amy and Rory were sent to the past and lived until they were 87, I want to say, died there. Donna, we've obviously had her outcome. She's fine now. Her daughter is a part of Unit. She just wasn't in this episode. Billy turned into a Cyberman. There's really no companions left to talk about the experiences with everything there. But yeah, she's going to be alone for a while somewhere. No idea where she's going or if she's going to come back. We may not see her again. Who knows, man? She could show up. I kind of assume she might join Unit, but I don't know. Anyway, the only other thing that's left to talk about is Sydney Harbour. Kate mentioned there was something strange going on at Sydney Harbour. And, yeah, something weird going on. They didn't expand on that at all. It might show up this season or something. I don't know, man. What's going on at Sydney Harbour? But, yeah. This was a weird episode, I'm not going to lie to you. It had me in the first half. I was going along with it. And then, just after this dude turned into some radical conspiracy fucknut, I kind of lost interest. But the fact that he actually managed to get inside Unit is impressive. And like I said, probably going to be turned into the big bad for this season somehow. I'm not sure how they're going to go about it if they do. I want to hear your thoughts and your theories about that too. Do you actually think Conrad is going to be the big bad? Could it just be a red herring that we deal with at some point, but then something else comes along, some bigger, badder boss comes around? Because, like, I don't know how Conrad could destroy the world. You know what I mean? Because there was a bit of a mention of, like, if some dictator or some government world leader gets their hands on the technology inside UNIT, they could tear the world apart. And we know that that has happened or will happen. So there could be something there. But I don't know how the Doctor appeared like that at the end. Because he just kind of, like, he appeared, like, we heard the noise of the TARDIS, and then we were inside the TARDIS. They spoke. They hate each other. He clicks his fingers, and TARDIS is gone. So I'm not sure how he managed to do that. I don't recall him ever doing that before. So that's an interesting one to think about as well. But yeah, I mean, so far this season, Mrs. Flood has spoken to the camera, drawn public attention to the TARDIS, kind of. A couple of people who saw it vanish. She's been 500,000 years into the future, talking about the Vindicators. And then here, she called herself the governor and had the keys to Conrad's cell. I mean, I could theorize about all this, but I can't wait to see what they actually do with all of this. And I also kind of just want Miss Flood's little storyline, whatever that may be, to just be over with already. We had her all last season. Now she's here again, teasing us a little bit here and there, but so far it's kind of added up to nothing. So I hope there is a payoff with her this season and she goes away. You know what I mean? Like, I think enough's enough. I mean, we know she's going to be showing up every episode at this point, but I mean, there has to be some payoff at some point, and I don't know, man. But that is it for this episode, guys. Let me know what you'll think about it in the comment section down below. But join me next Saturday for episode 5. But in the meantime, as usual, if you'll enjoy this reaction and want to see more, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, join me next time. And I'll see you there. Bye, guys.